everyone, happy Monday. My name is Brittany and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to a reading vlog. So this week I am going to be doing kind of a week-long reading vlog. Today my nephew is here visiting. He stayed over with us last night. Just because my brother had school and that, and so my nephew came to stay with us last night. I did some work looking at some properties around, just to try to get an idea of the sort of the average price of a property, of what me and my husband would be looking at. I think I've talked about this before, but my hubby and I are looking at, over the next few years, saving up to buy a piece of land and build our own home. So yeah, so that's what I did yesterday, and today. I spent some time looking at some properties and just getting an idea of, you know, what we could have for a savings goal. So today, I'm going to try and get some reading done. I have to look after my nephew. My mom has a couple things she has to go and do, so I'm going to be looking after him for a bit. But then I'm going to read some more of the Stolen Songbird by Daniel L. Jensen. I've started that. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely, I do have a couple of thoughts, but I'm just going to write them down, and I'll share them when I do a review of that book, which that will be coming up fairly soon on my channel, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I will update you guys when I've got some reading done. It is Monday. It's about 11:43, so I'm going to get some lunch, and then I'm going to go look after my nephew, and then once my parents take him home, then I'm going to, while they're gone, I'm going to get some reading done. Alright, I will check in with you guys once I have some more to tell you once I've got some more progress made in the Stolen Songbird. Hi guys. So it's like going on 5 o'clock now. My nephew finally left. My parents finally left to take him back home, so yeah. So I'm finally going to be able to get some reading done. I'm just lying here on my couch with my weighted blanket. I've got my water. And I have my book, The Stolen Songbird by Danielle L. Jensen. I am really, really loving this. The story's really good. The writing's a bit, like, it's good. It's good. I'm not gonna say it's not good, but I just, like, I don't know. I'm still trying to form, like, coherent thoughts about it, I guess. I mean, I'm not that far into it. I'm only on page 50, so yeah. I don't know. I'm just, like, I'm enjoying it, but at the same time, I'm, like, having a little bit of a hard time getting into it. So I'm gonna try and get some more of this read. I'm loving this cover. I saw a Goodreads review where someone called this cover ugly, and I don't understand how you can say this cover is ugly. Like, not loving the dress, but that rose, that jeweled rose, oh my god, I want that. That is beautiful. Like, look at that. That is gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, also, So, as I was telling you guys before, I was going to be looking at properties and stuff, and I found the coolest thing. So, it's this company called Green Magic Homes. Now, my husband and I have always been big into like eco-friendly, like we're very big on like helping the environment and like making sure that like in terms of like not like obsessive about it, but like in terms of like composting and that kind of thing. So, anyway, so we found these homes. They are called Green Magic Homes, and I'll put a link to their website below. This video, it's not sponsored. They don't even know that I'm mentioning them in this video, but I just think that their homes are the coolest thing. They look like hobbit holes. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It looks like a hobbit hole. And the cool thing is that they have like larger and smaller floor plans that you can get, and you can actually, like Lego, you can actually like combine different floor plans to make the house that you want. So that's really, really cool. And it's all done where there's like grass and dirt like over the roof of the house and like the walls and stuff, just like a hobbit hole. And it actually helps, it actually insulates the house, so it makes it cheaper to heat, and like just very, it's very, very, very eco-friendly. And I absolutely love that. Plus, I love The Lord of the Rings. If you didn't know, I'm a big fan of The Lord of the Rings. So, yeah. I'm hoping to do a reread of them soon. I'm definitely going to film that when I do that reread. But for now, so that's what me and my husband are looking at for potentially in the future. Also, we're looking at possibly going to a young adult festival in May. There's a young adult, like, YA book festival that's coming up in May in Montreal. So we're thinking about traveling there for that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. I'm really, really excited about that. And yeah, hopefully in February, we're going to be doing a date in February. I think we're gonna go to Quebec. We're gonna go to the Nordique Spa for a day, and possibly go to Chapters that same day, or we might do it 2 different days. I don't know, but either way, like if we do it 2 different days, I'll kind of film them and like combine them into one vlog. But if we do it the same day, I'll film it as like a 1-day vlog thing. Yeah, so it's really, really exciting. I will definitely, I'll put the Green Magic Homes link below, so that if you're interested in that, you can check that out. It's really, really cool, and I think it's going to be perfect. And the great thing is that these homes actually can be built, and you can actually live in them year round. Like, even in cold climates like here, you can actually live in these things year round, and it's fantastic. I love that. So, yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for this update. So I'm going to go and get some reading done. I will update you guys once I've got some more reading done. Okay. guys. So I just wanted to update. It is. Let's check my tablet. It is 9. Oh, I don't know how you can see that. I don't know how well that's going through, but yeah. It's like 9:53, so it's almost 10 o'clock at night. I did get some more reading done of The Stolen Songbird. And my husband and I had a conversation. We do still want to build our own home, but just because my parents do want to sell this place in about 5 years, and we're not sure 100% if we're going to be able to build it like within, or to do that, be able to save up enough money within the 5-year time frame. It looks like, I think what we're going to do is that, because my mom actually owns a separate house. It's a duplex, so there's 2 apartments. So I think what we might consider doing is maybe purchasing that property from her, and possibly making like a whole bunch of improvements to the property, and just like making it really nice, and moving in there for a few years. And that way then my mom and my stepdad can move into the back apartment or the back unit, and my husband and I would be in the front unit, and it would be really nice. We'd be in one of the smaller cities, close to where we are. It's only about a half an hour drive from where we live now. So that would be really great. We'd be closer to a lot of things that we like to do, closer to the Coles bookstore, closer to like the little secondhand bookstore that I like to go to, which would be really nice. And then, like we can paint and we can make it like nice for ourselves, and that way it just, I don't know, I think it would be better for us. And then, then then we can kind of save up money like at our leisure, I guess. And then, down the road we could like sell the place and get the money from that, and then potentially use that money then to build ourselves the place that we want. So I think that's really gonna work out well. It'll be a while then before my husband's mom can move in with us. It's not gonna like until she would be able to move into the house that we build, like with us, like the 3-unit place. So it would be a while before that would be able to happen. But, and obviously these plans may change, like, who knows, we may get into the duplex and we may, like it so much that we decide to just stay there. That's a possibility too. I'm not really 100% sure where things are kind of going to be, like, in terms of what I think is the best move at this point. So, we're talking about it. My husband's really good. Like, he's pretty good with, like, whatever I want to do, pretty much. So, but I think that realistically this is going to be kind of like more the best plan for us. So yeah, so that's a possibility in the near future. I don't quite know what's going to be happening there, but anyhow, yeah, so sorry, I keep getting off topic on this vlog. So in terms of reading, I got to page 65 of the Stolen Songbird. 15 pages in a day, or 10 pages in a day. I think it was on page 50, wasn't I? Yeah, I think it was page 50, so I think it's 15 pages that I read. That's pretty decent for me, to be honest. Like, I'm not the type of person who, like, I I like being like fully absorbed in the story, and I like to hear each word in my head because it makes me feel like I'm able to enjoy the story more. Like, I feel like I'm able to really be immersed and really experience every single word of the story, rather than, trying to like skim it or like speed read through it, and just to like say, oh, well, like I read 50 pages or I read 100 pages, which is like, okay, that's great, but if you didn't, if you're not fully immersing yourself in the story or trying to, you're not fully enjoying it and fully immersing yourself in it, just speed reading just to get books read, just to be able to say, I read it. That's not my thing. That's not how I do things. I prefer to really take my time and, fully enjoy what I'm reading. So, 15 pages in a day, especially like when it's a really busy day. Like today, we have my nephew here, so it was quite busy. I think that's pretty good for me. So I think tomorrow I'm going to try and read some more. Thoughts so far. I like Cecile. She reminds me quite a bit of myself in some ways. So I definitely connect with her as a character. We've just met the trolls. Luke, I definitely do not like. He's a very unlikable character at this point, but I feel like there's more to him than what is being let on. And I don't know why I feel that way. I really hope there is more to him than what's being let on. Even if he doesn't turn out to be a likable character, I really hope he's not as flat as he seems. Like, because he seems like a very flat character to me. He just doesn't seem like he has a lot of depth. And I don't know why. It feels very flat to me. Just so far, like his character. The trolls we just met, so I can't really say too much about them. But Cecile I really like. I find her, she's fairly well developed. Again, I'm only 65 pages in, so I think there's definitely a lot more to come. But so far, I find her fairly well developed. I definitely hope we get to see more of her best friend, who she left behind when she was kidnapped. Because I love that. I love it when books have, a certain relationship where it's just like a really nice friendship. Like, there's not a lot of books I find that really do friendship well. Like, a lot of them really focus on the romance, which is fine. But sometimes it's nice to just see a friendship, done well and, kind of focused on a bit more in a book rather than just purely the romance. It's nice when, you can see that, the romance is there to kind of enhance the story, but the friendship is one of the main focuses rather than it just being, romance being the main focus and friendship there to enhance the story. I don't know if that makes sense. That probably didn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, if that didn't make sense, I'm sorry. I apologize. So, yeah. So right now we are watching Suits. on Netflix, and so I think I'm gonna go watch some more of that with my hubby. Hello everyone, and happy Friday. So I haven't really updated in a few days. I think the last update I did was Tuesday. It's gonna be a bit it's just because after Tuesday I actually started having a bit of a rough week. I ended up with a problem with my ear. My ears ended up getting plugged, so I had to go to see a nurse practitioner and have my ears cleaned. Plus then I just was really tired, and I actually got pretty busy over the last couple of days just running errands and stuff, so I haven't really had any time to read up until now. So I am on page sorry, I'm just trying to find what page I got to here. 76, 81. Yeah. So I ended up getting to page 89. I'm really happy so far. Like, I'm really happy to see that we're now starting to get something from Tristan's point of view. Not that I don't like Cecile, but it's really nice to see. I really like it in books when the author tells different chapters from different points of view of the different characters, because I find it allows me more insight into some of the other kind of main characters as opposed to just one, and I find it makes the story a lot less flat for me and a lot more interesting. So I'm very, very happy and pleased to see that Danielle L. Jensen did this. Yeah, so far, still really enjoying it. I'd put it about 4 stars. So far, a 4-star read for me. Yeah, definitely really enjoying it. And hopefully I will continue to enjoy it. That's pretty much all the thoughts I have right now. I am starting to see some definitely Beauty and the Beast type vibes. I saw those before, even before I started reading this book, but now I'm really starting to get those kind of vibes, which is really exciting. I definitely want to see where this story goes. So, okay, so yeah, so I'm going to go. My mom has supper cooking, and my husband's upstairs working, so I'm going to go and get some reading done, and I will check in with you guys in a bit. guys. So it is Saturday night. It is going on 11 o'clock. So this is just going to be just gonna sit down here. This is going to be a very sort of quick update. Just to let you know, let you guys know where I'm at with the stolen songbird, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So, I got to page 192 tonight. It was a pretty good reading day for me. I am finding the story starting to slow down a bit. So, I don't know if that's, how I feel about that just yet. But I'm still really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the characters. Especially Tristan. I really like how Danielle L. Jensen made him, from the very beginning we knew that he was going to defy expectations. Not just in the sense of, being a character who could have turned out evil, but then is, deciding to make the right decisions. But then also in terms of him being a troll, we always tend to think of trolls as these, ugly, horrible creatures. But he definitely, Danielle L. Jensen definitely kind of rejected that stereotype with him. So, yeah. So I really, I'm really hoping that that the story picks up again soon. Right now she's just kind of Cecile's just kind of walking around Trollless and kind of just sort of talking with people and still kind of trying to figure out what's going on completely. So I'm hoping we get a little bit more action soon. But yeah, I'm still really enjoying it. And I just, yeah, I think it was 193 I got to. I don't know. I will double check that and I will let you guys know tomorrow if I'm wrong. So, I probably am wrong. Just saying. Yeah, so I think that's about it. That's about all I wanted to say for this update. Oh, also, for future reference, my intros at the beginning of my videos are going to be changing, just simply because the program that I was using to make my intros, I found out that in order to eventually down the road, if I decide that I want to monetize my channel, once I get enough subscribers and viewers and that kind of thing, I would have to pay for that content in order to use it for monetized videos. However, I did find another program that is free, and I did email the creators of that program, and they stipulated to me in their email back to me that any content provided by them and using their program, I would be able to use it for free, even on monetized videos, and I wouldn't get into any copyright issues. So that's really great. The other thing too is that they do offer some paid plans, this new company that I'm looking at, this new program, but and with the paid plans you do get access to some premium features like overlays and things like that. And I asked them about those premium features as well, and they said that the premium features are only unlocked if you pay for the program, but regardless of whether or not you pay for the program, you can use the provided features on the monetized videos without fear of copyright. So if I decided to pay for the premium subscription, that would mean then that I would be able to use those overlays and those premium features in my monetized videos without fear of any copyright issues. So that's great.
That's really fantastic. It makes things a lot easier for me and simpler. And yeah, so I'm really thankful to be using the program is called WeVideo. And I'm really, really thankful to be that they exist and that they are so wonderful as to allow people to use their program not only for free, but then to use their if they pay for it, to use their premium features in their videos without fear of any copyright issues. That's really fantastic and really amazing of them to do. And the representative that I was in contact with at WeVideo has been so wonderful and so helpful. So thank you so much for that. They've just been really amazing. Again, this is not sponsored. Like, they don't even know that I'm saying this about them. But it's really, really been fantastic being in contact with them. And they've taken the time to explain everything to me multiple times and clarify things so that I fully understand. And that's just really been amazing, and I'm so thankful for it. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say in this vlog. Yeah, I went to the library the other day, and as you guys know, but I was at the library the other day. I'm really hoping to help my library, like, not so much through donating books. I mean, obviously, like, if there's books that I've read and that I'm not going to reread, I would donate them. But for the most part, I tend to keep my books, all my fantasy books, because I love them all and they mean the world to me. But I'm hoping to help my local library with, in terms of, as much as I can in terms of ideas and things, and also just in terms of just helping them out, giving them donations, like, if I have spare change or whatever, just giving them donations to help them build their young adult section, and their adult section as well, and hopefully to help them get more fantasy in there, because they do have some, but in my opinion, not nearly enough. So, okay, yeah. So part of the way that I'm going to be doing that is, my local library does have merchandise that they've started to sell, mugs and tumbler teacups and tote bags. So I think I'm going to purchase myself a mug and a tumbler teacup. Also, as you saw in one of the previous clips, my hubby and I are planning to go to Nordique spa for a day, and it's really going to be great. I'm really excited. I think we're going to have a really good time. So, okay, I think that's all I wanted to say in this update, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I am going to bed, so good night. Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday. So, just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how far I got in Stolen Songbird. I am now on page 235. Unfortunately, it seems to be dropping down to a 3-star read for me. Just simply because it seems to be slowing down quite a bit in a lot of places. And there's a lot of parts to the book that I felt could have been just left out. Like, a lot of just stuff where she's just, walking around, kind of describing the city of Trollus. And normally I like that. Like, in a longer book, I feel like it would have made sense. But with the shortness of this book and just the feel of Daniel L. Jensen's writing, I feel like it does feel a bit choppy at times. and it does make the story feel a little bit flat and not quite as in-depth as some other books that I have read. So, Tristan, still a big fan of him, of course. Mark, also a big fan. Cecile, still a big fan. Definitely, I definitely do like the way that she sort of interspersed some more heavier topics into the story. Definitely trigger warnings if you're going to be reading this story for physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental health issues, you know, definitely she physical sort of differences. I really like how she tackles kind of the issues of prejudice and slavery, and just sort of how she deals with those really heavy topics. I think it was really, really well done. I think she dealt with them in a very respectful and kind of compassionate way. And I just think in the way that she kind of made it flow within the story, I feel like Danielle L. Jensen did a really, really fantastic job. I certainly am kind of struggling to figure out, you know, who the actual villain is in this story. Sometimes I feel like, you know, this story is certainly not as clean cut as just, you know, hero and villain, good versus evil. There's definitely a lot of things that happen, and our main characters, Tristan and Cecile, are definitely flawed. And I do like that. But there's a lot of gray area here for me, like more gray area than what I'm used to. Like, I do like to have some gray area in the books that I read, in terms of, you know, evil is not always necessarily just evil, and good is not always necessarily just good. But there's just too much of it here for my liking. And I find myself at times A, confused, or B, a little bit bored at certain points where it feels like there's just, and I understand that this is kind of supposed to be like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I got that vibes from the beginning, so I understand, you know, the focus on Tristan and Cecile's relationship, and I do understand it. I just wish that we got to see more of them, like, together and, like, interacting. And while I understand why we don't, and I understand why she does things the way that she does, in terms of telling it from their perspectives, and you know, trying to make sure that she includes enough of the other characters, and I understand that. However, one criticism would be that I feel like I feel like the focus of this book shifts around so much between the different characters, like that I feel like the main sort of story kind of gets put to the back burner sometimes, in terms of I feel like this book shifts around a lot in terms of its focus. Definitely a very character driven story, and I love that. There is a plot. I don't feel like, sometimes I don't feel like there's enough of a plot for me. I do like the plot that we do get, and I love the characters. I love how the characters are exceedingly well done. But I do feel a little bit like the plot could have just used a little bit more. I find myself wanting just a little bit more. So that's really all I can say about it at this point. I'm at 235 pages, and I'm still finding myself wanting more. So I guess the big question is, am I going to continue with this book?
And the answer is maybe. I truthfully don't know at this point. I think I'm going to give it probably another 10-20 pages. And if I'm still really struggling to get through it, I don't think I'm going to officially DNF it. But I may put it down and pick up something else. And then, it could be just timing too. Sometimes I find with books, it's just timing. Like, you pick up a book and you go to read it, and maybe it's just not the right time in your life for you to be reading that particular story. And so, sometimes I feel like you have to just sort of, you know, DNF it temporarily, put it back on the shelf, and see if, down the road, after you've read a few other things, if it's still calling to you. And if it calls to you again, then, maybe I'll pick it up and reread it or finish it, or hopefully I'll be able to finish it. But yeah, for now, it's definitely a temporary DNF. I've spent pretty much this entire week trying to get through it, and I've really been struggling, so I think I'm just going to give it a break. I think the next book that I'm going to pick up is Tarnished Are the Stars by Rosie Thor. I've been putting it off reading that, and I'm really, really excited about it. It was one of the books that I'm so excited to read it, but I feel like I'm gonna love it so much I won't be able to put it down, and then it's gonna be over, and then I'm gonna be sad because it's over. So, yeah. So I think I'm just going to put the Stolen Songbird down for now, and pick up Tarnished Are the Stars, and I'll see where that gets me. I don't know. We'll see. I might do that. I might finish the Stolen Songbird first. I don't know at this point. But definitely the next book that I read is going to be Tarnished Are the Stars by Rosie Thor. We're supposed to get really, really good representation in that book. And I've made it clear before, like, representation's not the only important thing in a book, but it's definitely a selling point. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see different types of characters and get to know their stories as well. And I'm excited for this kind of, I'm getting really like steampunky vibes from that Tarnished Are the Stars cover, so I'm really, really excited to pick it up. So okay, so it is 5:30 and I have just finished pretty much an entire chapter of Stolen Songbird, so I'm kind of read out for the night. Also, I am looking at 3 new e-readers. There was someone online who was selling 3 e-readers. If you don't know, my husband gave his e-reader to my dad because my dad really likes to read, but his and we got some fantasy books on there for him, but his site is starting to go, so the e-reader was a really great gift. So my husband was nice enough, he gave my dad the e-reader for his birthday, and also then my e-reader broke. The charging port actually fell out of my e-reader, and I was so upset. Like, that thing was amazing when I was at the cottage in the summertime. That e-reader was my life. Like, I got so upset whenever I ended up having to get rid of it and throw it out. I was very upset by that. So I found 3 e-readers secondhand, which is perfect because my mom, she lost, so I'm going to have one for her and one for myself and one for my husband. They're selling as a bundle of 3, and they're a really, really, really good price. So I'm very, very excited. I'm going to be very excited to go and pick those up. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys all in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Alright guys, bye!